How are we doing? So it's another morning. I know I haven't put out a video in a few days, and you guys keep contacting me saying, hey, what's going on? So I figured I'd take you along with my ride to work again this morning, because I'm running a little bit behind. Hopefully the sound is better for you today. I did grab my lav mic, as you can see, and have it on. So instead of using the Rode mic, video mic on top of the camera, I threw this right up, near me, so that hopefully you don't get all that background noise as I go down the highway. But I want to talk a little bit, just leaving the post office, dropping off a package that sold last night. And that's what I kind of want to talk about, is sometimes, you have something that you put up and you think, hey, nobody's going to buy this. Come on now. So it was a Tron computer game from probably the late 90s, early 2000s. And let me adjust this mic here. It's poking me in the throat, the way the seatbelt's sitting. So we're just going to clip it on the other side here. So it's a Tron game for the computer that is from probably late 90s, early 2000s. And, when I put it up, I'm like, nobody's going to want to play this thing. Nobody's, it's going to be a very slim audience that would buy it. And to my shock, within probably 2 weeks of it being up there, it sold. And it sold for the price I put it at. And the person paid for upgraded shipping so that they could get it faster. Like, that's just crazy. But you never know unless you put it up for sale, It's all about having a product somebody wants at a price they're willing to pay. So at the time that they're looking for it, so you never know. You got to try different things. In that came out of one of the pallets that we bought from Upper Valley Wholesale. And there was a bunch of other DVDs and CDs and everything else that were mixed in there that came out with it. A few other computer games, a Windows 8 activation key, Microsoft Office 2013. That one will be nice when it sells. That's like a $150 to $200 ringer all day. But some of the other stuff, we've sold the Windows license key. We started putting up some of the CDs. There's one that's all in Greek, like all of the print on it is all in Greek, and then the lady sings in Greek, and it just, we put it in the computer to play it just to hear it. But I got that up there in hopes that either somebody here in the States or somebody overseas wants to buy it. You never know. There was a book we popped on probably at least a month ago, in the stores when I was scanning, that I didn't pay attention in the stores to what it was. I scanned the barcode, I'd look at the numbers and make my decision that way. Quickly look at the condition. The book was like new, and it's all in German. It's no English on it whatsoever. And so when I went to go list that one, I'm like, great. Oh, excuse me, guys. I said, great. We'll probably be stuck with this book forever. It just sold. We had it listed on Amazon, and we had it listed for, I don't know, like $21 or whatever on Amazon. And then I cross-listed it on eBay using Joe Lister. If you want to learn more about Joe Lister, go to ourjourneytofreedom.com/Joe Lister, and you'll find a great deal there. We recommend that software, and we put the link up. Yes, they do throw a couple bucks our way for recommending it, but that helps offset the cost of, maintaining our website, putting these videos out, that type of stuff. It's not at all a profit margin for us. We take those funds and simply roll them back to new computer equipment, new camera equipment, whatever we want to do for documenting our process and our journey along the way. It doesn't go to our bank account for, spending money for, the business or anything else. It's purely to buy equipment to keep enhancing the videos we put out for you, the content we put out for you. But anyways, using Joe Lister, I was able to figure out that to make the same profit as I would if it sold on Amazon FBA, that I could list it on eBay for like $14 and some change. I think we had it up for like $14.77. I rounded it up to 77 instead of what they suggested. Might have been like 21 cents or something, but the person came in with an offer of $10 on the book. When I calculated everything out, I could sell it at $10 and still make a couple dollar profit, but I'm like, I'm done with the 50-cent dollar profit on some of these items that we put a lot of work into to get little reward out of, and so I countered offered and I said $12.50. I kind of would meet them in the middle. They didn't blink an eye. They bought and paid right then and there. And the nice thing is with Joe Lister, I don't have anything else to do. Joe Lister takes that order once it got the payment notification from eBay, and it sends the order over to Amazon to fulfill it. And Amazon takes care of the rest. They take care of shipping it out to the customer. And then, once it ships, it updates eBay with the tracking number and then leaves feedback for the buyer. So it's kind of nice. You do pay a fee for it. Oh, excuse me. Man, I'm tired this morning. I've had a couple really, really late nights, like getting home at, 11, 12, 12:30, and turn around having to get right back up at 6 in the morning. That's why you haven't seen videos. I'm kind of burning the candle at both ends to get closer to leaving my 9 to 5. And I just, I've been working oh man, they got this all closed today. Well, I guess I'm taking a detour. I guess you get with me a few more minutes. I forgot that they were working on this road today. So it's getting me closer to being able to walk away and do all of this full time. So between our reselling and going back to some of the digital marketing services I used to offer, and being able to bring on, a handful of clients. I don't want anything like I had before. I don't need 100 clients to be successful. I just need a handful to help me, offset a few bills till reselling takes over 100%. What are you guys working on? What do you see as a hurdle for you getting full-time, if that is even in your goals and plans is to be full-time as a reseller? Where can I help you get to that next level? Leave it in the comments below. If you don't want to make it public, reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram. Oh man, bacon's a little fatty this morning. So let me know. I'm more than willing to sit down with you guys, help you out, let you know what we've been through, what we've learned, what's worked for us, give you some ideas of what might work for you. Everybody's different. So what worked for us might not necessarily work for you. And likewise, what works for somebody else might not work for us. But overall, we've seen our business grow tremendously since we started in November. And it was certain key triggers and points throughout that made it happen. Getting with the videos and on YouTube and watching stuff, that all came about for us actually starting to document our process and our journey. Came about after February. I had the opportunity. I was down in Austin, Texas, and being a member of the Green Room University, that I highly recommend for many of you to go join. It's not a good fit for everybody, but a lot of education material there, a lot of stuff available on the private side, plus the community online to interact with other resellers is just huge. And you can go to ourjourneyoffreedom.com/green room and you'll be able to join the green room there. And again, you know, it's an affiliate link. They do give us a couple bucks. It helps offset the cost of us making these videos and recording this stuff for you. But so I was going down to Austin for a organization that I'm a part of for veterans, and reached out in the green room and said, you know, who's in the Austin area? And I totally forgot that one of the founders of the green room, the Bonafide Hustler, lives in Austin. So, you know, a couple people responded back, including Chris, and I'm like, cool. I said, well, I'm coming to town for a few days. I might try to connect up with some resellers and, you know, learn the area. At that point, we had never been to a Goodwill Bins. Little did I know there was one, you know, an hour and 15 minutes from me. It didn't show up on our initial searches. It was, you know, the closest we could find was like 4 to 6 hours from us down in the New York City area. But, and it was just because it was listed different. It's listed as a clearance center instead of an outlet. So it's all on how you search for them. But anyways, you know, I go down there and I meet up with a couple resellers, and one takes me over to the Goodwill Bins, and you know, it's an experience. If you've never been to one, you know, you should probably go and check it out. But the biggest thing during that trip was being able to hook up with Chris and his brother Emerson, and just kind of ride along with them for the day. Now, I had a great time and down there, and I spent a good portion of a day with them, you know, just bumming around, going to the thrift stores, going to some garage sales, seeing what they buy, and just having that conversation, that dialogue. You know, we definitely did some dopios to get the day started, and we ended eating some tacos. You know, if you guys follow Bonafide, then you know that's a key part of his trips is, you know, you got to do the dopios. You got to have that double shot of espresso, and you got to have taco level profits. You know, you got to be able to earn enough money that day to eat tacos. You know, that's just his thing. But, you know, those two guys, it was like almost an instant bond. You would have thought that, you know, we grew up together, that, you know, as kids, we've known each other all our lives, whatever. It flowed naturally. And I had a really great time with those guys. And, you know, I'll post some pictures up on our journey to freedom from that trip. I really regret not having a video camera with me. Although at that time, we really weren't doing a lot of video stuff. That was what triggered us to start doing videos, you know, talking with Chris and seeing how he does things, and him recommending, you know, to document our journey so that a year from now we could look back and see where we were versus, you know, are we making any improvements? Are we getting any better? And it just, that was kind of like a turning point and change for us. I literally went back to the hotel room when I got done with those guys, and I recorded the first intro video that we put out here on the channel. I went and registered the domain names, and I went and, you know, locked up some of the social media accounts, because it was just like, yeah, I had that passion, I had that flow, this is what we're gonna do. And I'm like, that's a great idea. And it's evolved little by little over the last few months, and it's now to the point where, you know, we were trying to get content out several times a week. And the last couple of weeks, it really hasn't happened that way because we just had a few other things busy going on. But my goal is to get back to, you know, getting you content a couple times a week, and hopefully getting you content daily. You know, that's a huge commitment, putting out these videos daily. It'd be great if they were all raw and no editing was required, but, you know, we do some editing. I don't really cut a lot of stuff out. I just will merge a couple clips together, or, you know, add the graphics, add the sounds, throw in the graphic at the end to be able to throw up a couple example or suggested videos for you. So there is other work that gets done to those videos, and you know, it can be time consuming, especially if we record a long video. It takes a lot of time to go through and, you know, tweak everything, but overall it's not too bad. And I've thought about outsourcing it to like a VA to do it or something else, but, you know, right now I kind of enjoy doing that stuff. But it is what it is, you know. So that's really about what all I got for you today. That day I was down with Chris and Emerson. We did record all that day. Chris literally left from there and flew out to Colorado for a few days, where he was going to enjoy some downtime, went snowboarding, that fun stuff. And in the process, he lost the SD card for his camera that had all that footage. So unfortunately, it never made it to his YouTube channel, but it is what it is. I have the memories. You guys just didn't get to enjoy those memories, you know. And to this day, you know, I still have an open dialogue with Chris and Emerson, you know, and sometimes I bounce stuff to them or we go back and forth. You know, a few weeks ago I threw up that video about the banana phone, you know, reaching out to Chris about the event he's got going on right now in Austin. I would love to be down there right now going to the Green Room meetup, and unfortunately my 9-to-5 screwed me over by planning an event here at work this same week. The event is ending today, but there's no time to get down there for the weekend's event in Austin. It just wouldn't be financially feasible because of the high cost now at last minute to try and book it. But, you know, more and more signs are being laid in front of me that the 9-to-5's got to go. But, alrighty guys, so I want you to go ahead and like this video if you found great content in it. Share it with your friends, families, and fools. Share it with anybody you think can find value in what we talk about. You know, if you're not a subscriber, please click that subscribe button. You know, if you want to get notified when we go live, when we post any new content, click the little bell next to where the subscribe button is. And most importantly, get out there and do.